Loud. Oh, welcome everyone. This is our first Sunday training of 2018. How exciting. My name is Maria Williams, Pro 9 at Lifevantage, and I have my partner in crime tonight is Cherise Matthews, Pro 8 from California, and she is going to start us off. So tonight we're going to talk about goal setting and what to do and how to do it and the mindset of it. So I'm going to turn it over to Cherise because we want to use every single minute of this 30 minutes here. Go, sweetie.
Thank you, Maria. Oh, gosh. I love being a partner in crime with you. We have a good time doing this. And if I'm looking down, hi, everybody. Happy New Year. If I'm looking down, I have some notes here. I like to be at least somewhat prepared. So excuse me for not memorizing all of this. But I'm Cherise Matthews. I am a Pro 8 with Lifevantage here. And listen, we have this 2018 is going to be a game changer. And I know it to be a game changer. Maria and I were talking about the feel that we could feel right now. It's like this, there's like a shift going on right now with the company. And I just believe that what we have in our hands, as we have believed for 7 years now, is a gift. And so we are in giving mode. And I always like to think, around the holidays, everyone's always in giving mode. And then all of a sudden we hit the new year and we go, ooh, what am I going to get? What am I going to get? And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. We are going to continue to stay in giving mode. In fact, I'm half Greek, half Italian, and today is the day. It's always on January 7th here that we celebrate. We actually bake coins in bread, and it's a reminder. So it's a tradition. You cut the bread and you go, okay, this one's for mom, this one's for dad, and whoever gets the coin in the bread it's a reminder for that person to stay in giving mode. And so I want you, while we're talking about the mindset of goals and the mindset and how to execute these goals, I want you to stay in that mindset of what can we do to give? Because when you stay in giving mode, that is when you'll receive much more. So first I want to talk about the mindset of goals. And this is a huge topic. It's interesting. It's like, I'm sure people over the years and years, everyone talks, it's the restart button. It's a new year. We're going to start executing these goals. And what are we going to do in this coming year? First and foremost, I want you to go back to 2017. Go back a year ago, and I want you to think of any type of goal that you set for last year, and did you stick to it? Or did it do something or change or shift your life from last year? Now, I teach fitness. I was in my fitness class yesterday, my big boot camp class, and there was one person that said that their life was changed because of a goal they set. And I was like, come on, people, there can't just be one of you. And I really want you to think of, was there something last year that you set that changed your life and changed that? And if the answer is no, we are going to change that right now, okay? And if the answer is yes, why was it? What was it that happened that made you stick to that goal? So for instance, I'm going to use myself as an example. Last year, I set many goals. I do every year, but two of them that really stuck with me, I'm just going to go with one of them because we don't have to go on and on about my goals. But one of them that really changed the course of everything I did this year was that for years and years, I always said, I would always say, I'm really bad at technology. And I had this story going on in my head, how bad I was at technology. And I said, every time I say that, I'm going to say the word cancel. And I'm going to replace that with technology sometimes is challenging, but I am learning how to use technology in my favor. And by just changing that story in my head and taking on learning technology, it's changed the course of my business and really changed the course of completely what I've done. And so it made me think, what are some of these goals that we set for ourselves over and over and over within our businesses or within our lives, that why do we not stick to them? And I got to turn the space heater off. I'm burning up. Hold on. I'm in California and I got a space heater going on. I apologize because I know some of you are freezing out there. We're pretty warm. Okay, so there was something I want to use as an example again. So one of the goals in my mind, and this is not a business goal, but this was something that I thought, it's been haunting me for years and years and years. And the goal that's been haunting me that I've never stuck to was a goal of being more flexible, literally flexible. I'm not just talking about more flexible as a mindset. I'm talking about, I want to touch my toes flexible, okay? And every year I would sit there and go, I'm going to stretch more, and I'm going to maybe even do yoga, and I'm going to do, whatever I'm going to do. And I know Marisa's on the line, and Marisa, I tried it for a year. I just can't handle yoga. I don't know. It's okay if I don't like it, but there was something holding me back about this flexibility goal. And it's been haunting me for years and years. And I said, that's it. I'm drawing a line in the sand, and this is the year that is going to change. And the way I did that this year was I literally hired a stretch coach to show up to my house twice a week to stretch me out. Okay, if that's not accountability, I don't know what is. And so what I want to talk to you about tonight is really the mindset of why you should have the goals, why they're important. And then, of course, Maria is going to really go through on how to execute them. I love this quote. It says, the problem without having a goal is that you can spend your whole life running up and down the field and never scoring. That to me speaks volumes, because isn't that the truth? And what really made me think of it was this. Two things. In college, I had a running partner, and it was a running partner that we would go run all the time. And he happened to be a life coach of all things, way before life coaches became popular. And he said he had a client that used to complain all the time about how she couldn't be successful because she was so busy. And she was busy with everything. She was busy. And he said, well, what are you so busy with? And she's like, oh my gosh, if you could just sit in my life for just a little bit and know how busy I am. And she went through all the excuses we all have. Busy with the kids, busy with the laundry, busy with my other job, busy with, you name it. And she had every excuse there was. And he said, okay, so what if let's just go there for 1 minute. If you hired someone to take care of all of the busy work you ever had, you hired someone to do all your laundry, you had hired someone to do all your grocery shopping and your cooking, and you hired someone to pick up your kids and drop off your kids, and you hired someone to do everything else in your life, would you still accomplish your goals? Would you still be willing to hit the 1,000 balls it takes to be a Tiger Woods? Would you still really, truly do that? And that's where you have to really think, if everything was removed off your plate, would you still do it? So I want to challenge you to say, okay, if everything else in my life was removed and I only had this business to do, would I truly do it? So there better be a why behind there that better be strong enough for you to say yes to that. And then I also had another thought. And my thought was this, and this is going to be our theme for the day. If you're driving in a car and we're all on the road and you're driving and it's really easy, think of a place that you could get to with your eyes closed. Is it your mama's house? I could drive to my mama's house with my eyes closed and get there. I could drive to my kids' school with my eyes closed and I would get there. I could drive to my church with my eyes closed and I could get there. And all these places, because we have our habits, don't we? We could get to those places with our eyes closed. But what happens when we have to get to somewhere that we don't quite know how to get there? So what we have to do is we have to type in the directions into our phone. And then what happens a lot of times? I got to turn the radio off. I got to find out exactly where I'm going. I got to find out where Siri's sending me. She's sending me left on this street and right on that street. And I'm focused because I know that I've never been there and I have to get there. And what we have to do when we're setting goals is that we have to have the clear vision of where we're going. And we need to also stay in our lane. And this is the tough one because we want to veer off into other lanes, don't we? We want to veer off to really go, well, this one's so much more comfortable. We're driving a little slow over there, and it's where I've always gone. But you have to know what you stand for. You have to know what you have in your hands. You have to have 100% belief in yourself and what we're doing and your clear vision, and then you have to stay in your lane because this is exactly what happens. At least I know what happens to me. The fast lane next to me is that lane that I call that fun, fast, sexy lane. And that lane over there is that lane that Everybody loves you. You want to hang out with all the people that go, oh yeah, I want to do what you're doing, or I've already said yes to what we're doing here, and this is all great, and I want to hang out in that fast lane because that's the good lane, the easy lane that everyone's already said yes, right? And that lane, we could get into management mode, we can go in that lane, but guess what happens over there in that lane? It's the fast lane, and speed kills. And the ego gets too big, and that is not the lane, because it's not your lane. That's just the fast lane. And then the other lane on the other side, that other side can be there are a lot of lanes over there, okay? And one lane could be the lane that people, maybe you haven't connected with someone well enough, or someone's done something and you're like, oh my gosh, and all you have to say over there, and the person's saying, no, I don't want to do this with you, and you're like, yeah, right. And all you want to do is tap that car over there and go, you're crazy. But guess what happens? Get in an accident over there, don't you? You get into, I don't want to say arguments, but in your mind, you're in arguments. And why is this person ever going to do this with me? And why are we going to do this? And I'm going to keep following up with that person that's never going to do anything because they're not even in the slow lane. They're like stopped, right? And so what I want to say is I want you to have such a clear vision that you got to stay in your own lane. And then you have to know exactly where you're going. And you know what? You're not driving to mama's house, because most of you have not done this business before, okay? This lane means you have to know exactly where you're going, and you are the one that's going to give directions to where you're going. That's why this goal is so important to you. You have to know exactly how to execute where you're going so that you get there. And then you have to remove all distractions, okay? You have to remove all distractions and know no matter what, we're drawing a line in the sand. This is not negotiable, and we are going to get there no matter what. It's like the stretch coach I hired. It's not negotiable for me. I will be able to touch my toes or do the splits by the end of this year. I don't care what it is, but I want to maintain my mobility and flexibility. So I drew a line in the sand. I have a whole list of other goals. I'm not going to go into them, but that was more visual to really say is that we've all set those goals, haven't we? We've all set these goals in the past that have been like, oh yeah, I want to be an elite distributor with Lifevantage, or I want to lose the weight this time, and I want to, well, hold on. That vision has to be so clear, and you got to stay in your lane. And then last thing I'm going to say is this. It's got to be so clear that you actually have to become that, okay? I now am an extremely flexible person. I've already put it in my head. I'm a flexible person that the stretch coach is coming over to stretch me out. I'm a flexible person. So, I've been in the fitness industry, just to give you an example of this too. Many, many people always want to lose weight. They always say, I want to lose weight. Well, you have to become a fit, healthy person in your mind before you can be that fit, healthy person. And that it takes me all the way back to that life coach, that running partner I had. And we were talking about that, and he always reminded me is that before you can do anything, before you can set any goal, you have to truly imagine yourself already there so that you can do the actions it takes to get there. If your goal is to be fit and healthy, then you have to say, I am a fit, healthy person so that I can do what fit, healthy people do. I want to be an elite distributor, right? I am an elite distributor so that I do what elite distributors do. Whatever the goal is, you have to already put yourself there. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to recap on this. Number one, you're going to stay in your own lane. You have to know what that lane looks like. You're going to stay in your own lane. You're not going to veer out of it no matter what. You're not going to go into the fast lane with everybody that wants to do this with you. And you're certainly not going to slow down for the ones that don't want to do it with you. You're going to stay right where you are, okay? Stay in your lane. And then you're going to know exactly by writing out your goals what it is you want, to how to get there. And then you are already going to be that person so that you will follow through with these goals. They're not negotiable anymore. So this is what I want to say. Tonight, after what Maria has to say, we are going to act, and then we are going to execute. So Maria, if you will take it over, how are we going to act and execute?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God, that was so amazing. I could listen to you all day long, all day long. Just so amazing. So this is how we're going to execute. We're going to do the 10-3-1. We're going to keep this really, really simple because what I, with my 20 years of HR experience, human resource experience, what I find is that people, right, at the beginning of the year, they write down too many goals, right? And what happens is they get overwhelmed. So you're not going to do any of it. So I've learned to keep it really, really simple. And I want you, and I'm going to show you my sheet. I didn't get a chance to put it down, but you're going to use just one sheet of paper. And the important thing is that when I'm going to tell you what to put on this in a second, but on that one sheet of paper, you're going to keep it and you're going to look at it daily. Because the problem is, and I'm just as guilty, I'm trying to sit here and remember what were my goals for last year. I'm like freaking out. I don't know where I put them. I can't find them. I'm like, what was my goal? What were my goals? And I'm not going to do that this year. I'm going to keep it on this one sheet of paper and I'm going to look at it daily and it's going to be there. So you're going to take this sheet of paper and you're going to divide it into 4 quadrants, okay? And you're going to have love on one, health on the other, life, and soul. Now, you don't have to pick something in all of these. I'm just giving you examples. And what you're going to do, the 10-3-1 method is, so for love, you're going to write down 10 things that you want to improve love in your life. Okay, 10 things. First, pick a why, right? Why do you want to improve? What do you want to improve in love, right? And then you're going to write down 10 things. You're going to do the same thing for health, right? The health is the easy one. You want to be a certain size. You want to lose certain weight. That's easy to pick that one. What are the 10 things that you could potentially do to achieve that goal? You're going to do it with life. So a life could be, my goal is to achieve Pro 10 in 2018. So I'm going to write down 10 things that I can do to achieve Pro 10. Soul. Soul is the heart. What am I going to do? What are the 10 things that I'm going to do for your soul, right? Your soul, your spirit, whatever that is, with that spiritual connection. We need that. So then you're going to write down 10 things there. So let's go back to the top. So let's go to health, right? You're going to write down 10 things. Here's 10 things I wrote down just to give you an example. Walk every day. Exercise every day. No sugar, no soda. Eat more vegetables. Add more veggies to my meal. Have a vegan smoothie. No FF. I think that's no French fries. I don't have French fries, but I put that down. I was just trying to make up stuff. No fried food, no cheese. Drink 8 to 10 glasses of water. So once you write down the 10 things you want for that particular goal, then you're going to pick 3. What are your 3 top actions that you're going to take? So the top 3 actions. So really look at it and say, what are the top 3 things that I could do that is going to get me closer to this goal? And then you circle those 3 things. And then 10-3-1, 1 is your non-negotiable. What do you think would affect you the most on that goal that you're trying to attain? What is the one thing that you are not, no matter what this year, that you are going to be? That is your non-negotiable. And then you put an asterisk to that one. So this is what it's going to look like. I'll put it a little closer, right? I just drew lines. So 10 actions for that particular goal. What are the top 3? And then the number 1 that is non-negotiable. What will happen is, right, you start slipping, right? The gym has been packed. First couple of weeks, it's going to be jam-packed. You can't even get on a bike. You can't get on any of the things you want to get on because it's packed. But in 3 weeks, it won't be. 4 weeks, it won't be. So pick the top 3, and then that one non-negotiable is going to be the one that you are going to do daily, weekly, whatever it is. And then you're going to put this, if you have a dream board, like I'm looking at my dream board, put it on your dream board. And it's important to take 20 seconds, just 20 seconds every day. Get up in the morning and go look at what your goals were. Go look at your non-negotiable, right? If you say it's exercising every day, 20 minutes of exercise, right? Then you look at it and you don't, what I've been doing lately is I get up and I put my gym clothes on. And I'm like, I'm not taking these gym clothes off till I get to the gym. And that has worked so well because I'll get on the computer, I'll do this and I'll do that. And then before you know it, I won't go to the gym. But if I've got my gym clothes on, I know that I'm going to exercise for 20 minutes at least. I'm going to do more than that, but you start with 20, you end up, well, I'm here 30 minutes on the bike. Wow. So that becomes your non-negotiable. But the key is you have to look at it daily. You really have to go back and look, because when you start slipping, you need to ask yourself, do I really want this, right? The focus that Cherise was talking about, staying in that lane and the focus. Do you really want to lose the weight? Are you willing to take that action, right? Do you want to get, what rank do you want to hit this year? Where do you want to take your Lifevantage business? Are you willing to take the actions to do it? And if you take every day 20 minutes, just 20 minutes, and go look at it, go look at the top 3 in all of those categories, and you don't have to hit these 4 different categories. You can have more categories. You can have less. You can just pick 2 or 3 that you're really going to focus on. Don't overwhelm yourself. Keep it very simple. What I want you to do is, one of the things that Cherise was talking about is the goal that you want. She said to see yourself there, and that's extremely important. Yes, see yourself where you want to be, but I want you to take it one step further. I want you to feel what it feels like. Before I go to bed every night, I feel what it feels like to be Pro 10. I hear the announcer saying, and welcome to the stage, Master Pro 10, Maria Williams. And I just get so excited. I fill my heart with that, because I know that when I'm 10, there's 9s, there's 8s, there's 7s. I've got a slew of elites and a team and all these people that we've blessed. So I fill my heart with that. You need to feel the end result, right? How's it going to feel when you get into those jeans you've been dying to get into, right? How's it going to feel when you look in the mirror and you say, you know what? I'm sexy. I've lost the weight. Look at me, right? And celebrate the accomplishments along the way. Celebrate all the little things. I know sometimes, things happen and we feel like we're not getting where we want to, but if you focus on the negative, you're going to get the negative. So you need to focus on the positive, right? So if you say that you're gonna share the ABC investigative report, you're gonna share what we have our hands on every day, right? Daily. Every day you're gonna share it with at least one person. So let's say you don't do it on Monday and you don't do it on Wednesday, but then you look back at the week, right? In the morning, you look at this and you say, I did it 5 out of the 7 days. Well, that's okay. Give yourself a break. Celebrate the positive. Do not spend any time on the negative on the 2 days that you didn't reach out to someone. Focus on the 5 days that you did reach out to someone. There's a huge, huge difference. And when you raise that energy level, that vibration, every beginning of the year, I choose a word for my year, my intention for the year. And this year was energy. I am literally going to increase and raise the energy and the vibration all around me and my team. And what Cherise said at the beginning is, we had this discussion yesterday, I think it was yesterday, on I feel this huge shift in 2018. I'm feeling this huge shift with Lifevantage, with everyone. Everyone is excited. We have had some huge meetings the last week of December. It was like unbelievable. I was seeing pictures and I'm like, wow, who says December is slow? And we started July with a huge bang. We had a meeting at Carrie Williams' house. There was 100 people there. We packed that house in, and tons of new customers. January is the easiest month to start a conversation on wealth, on businesses, on making extra money this year, or having more time with your family. It's the easiest time of the year to invite, because everyone is thinking about what happened in 2017, what they didn't like, and they're trying to figure out, what am I going to do in 2018 to make life better? So thank you so much, everyone, for being on. I hope that helps the 10-3-1. Keep it simple. You have any other questions, and just reach out to me if you want more details about it. But I'd love for you to send me pictures of your page, right? When you get yours done, send me pictures. And that will hold you accountable that you've done it. First of all, doing this is important, right? We can be all talk, but doing this. So let's all do this, 10-3-1, make it simple. And then send me your pictures. This is your commitment to me that you are going to take the actions that you want to take this year. And then create that dream board, put it in the center of your dream board, and every day look at it and remind yourself of the actions you are going to take to get what you want out of life. So I don't know if you want to add anything else, Cherise, but this has been awesome doing this with you. I just love our synergy.
I do too, Maria. Thank you so much. I'm writing mine down right now. I've got mine going right here. And it was interesting. I'm looking, Maria, this is crazy. I'm looking up right now, if you don't mind me adding something. And let me get it. It's on my wall. And this has been on my wall since I started. This is so old. It's been on my wall since I started Lifevantage. Whoa! I just started reading this. I choose to go Pro 10. And it goes on and on. I see many people just like me achieving Pro 10 and beyond, and I now have made the decision that I will be one of them. I realize the more massive action I take, the easier it will get because of momentum. I'm going to lead many prospects to watch the ABC clip like crazy, teach others to do the same, and stir up an enormous amount of activity. Well, anyways, it goes on and on and on, but this is the thing. Is that while talking all about this, that's what this that you're talking about is. It's setting intentions to do this. I mean, when I actually wrote this, I was a Pro 0. So you have to write it down in order to do that. Give yourself, this right here that Maria's talking about is giving yourself permission to go for it. And your non-negotiables, no matter what happens, you do not veer away from those. It will change your life. So you're amazing, Maria. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for taking the time, getting on here. This is recorded. It will be posted on Shawn and Michelle's YouTube page, so you can go back and listen to it. And we hope that this helped you. So we are so excited to get 2018 going, and getting started will be next week. The training will be on how to get started. So get all your new distributors on board so they can learn from the best. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.